Hey, what's up? Okay, so I haven't done an inside video in a while, but it's 6 a.m. and I'm sleep deprived and I felt like reading from the book. So this is the ebook. I wrote this book so people didn't feel so all alone. They felt like somebody could understand them. And they felt like while they were reading it, they could be like, wow, man, this is totally me. I get this. It's called Psychopath on Amazon because my nephew, my niece, and me thought it'd be funny if we named the book Psychopath. But we're a bunch of idiots. But in the description, it talks about how, I wrote the book to help stop school shootings. I know, it's crazy, right? we wrote the book to help stop school shootings. That's in the description. So some people look at your Kindle app and they're like, you're reading a book called Psychopath, what's wrong with you? You can be like, listen, I just want to help stop school shootings and I want to better educate myself on the people who are capable of school shootings. And that's why I'm reading this book called Psychopath. So you have an escape. That's your out, I guess you could say. Okay, this is from chapter number 2. These are the things that go through my mind pretty much all the time. This is number 4. We left off on 3. We didn't finish 3, but who cares? Okay, you could read that later, I guess, on your own. Haha, when you buy the book. Anyways, here we go. It's $3, by the way. Might as well. Number 4. That was loud. Winnie the Pooh rocks, and so do pigs. Here we go. Number 4. After I talk to someone, I always feel like I said the wrong thing at some point in the conversation. And they either think that I'm crazy, or they think that I think that the person never wants to have anything to do with me ever again. I also start thinking, after I have a conversation with a person, that I talked way too much or that I said the wrong thing. I'll go home and I'll start thinking about how I said the wrong thing. I will continue to think about what I said to the person for hours until it's time for me to finally go to bed. Sometimes I won't be able to sleep because I'll still be thinking about me saying the wrong thing to the person. If I do fall asleep, I'll wake up around 12:30 a.m. or 2 a.m. or something like that, thinking about what I said to the person and that I said the wrong thing. Usually, I can't get back to sleep when I start thinking about how I said the wrong thing to the person. So some nights, I only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, which was last night. Time change is killing me, man. Then I'll continue thinking about how I said the wrong thing to that person all throughout the next morning. And I'll usually decide that I should stop talking to that person because talking to people or talking to that person or talking to anybody in general is destroying my sanity and causing me to be sleep deprived. So I start to become more and more paranoid about what I say when I run into people. And then these people ask me questions. Oh yeah, when you run into people and they ask you questions, it's like sometimes you don't even want to talk, man. Like I'm good, man, I'm good. If I feel like I said the wrong thing to a person, if I see that person in the future, oh, that's what I meant. Like, you're trying to avoid people and not talk to them, but people will ask you questions, and then you'll be like, oh, crap, I have to talk now. And then you might slip up and make a mistake, causing you to be sleep deprived and think about, like, you saying the wrong thing. So even getting through a day without talking to people is difficult because people are going to maybe ask you questions from time to time. If I feel like I said the wrong thing to a person, if I see a person in the future, I will try to avoid them, or I will just stay home so no one sees me. My paranoia of seeing people becomes worse when I don't get much sleep and I look tired. I'm very scared to leave the house when I look tired because I look tired. And if I look tired, people will think I'm crazy. If people see me and I look tired, people might think that there is something wrong with me. I'm very scared of my own eyes looking tired, and I have this strange issue with my eyes. Number 5. Many times, when I am suicidally depressed, I get scared of people, and I do not want people to see me. I don't want people to talk to me, and I often become frightened that people are just going to hurt me. Sometimes I feel like people are laughing at me or making fun of me because I feel like other people just know that there is something wrong with me or different about me. Sometimes I feel like people see me as this weird diseased creature because something about me is different from them. So I feel like they are making fun of me or laughing at me because I seem different or strange. I feel like people are judging me, and I just want everyone to stop looking at me. I want to say, stop judging me, just leave me alone. So I may start distancing myself from other people so no one can see me. When I am alone, no one can enter my world or my thoughts. When I am alone, I can cry and no one can see me. When I am alone, no one can judge me, and I feel like no one could hurt me. When I am alone, I don't have to explain to other people the reason why I'm crying, and I don't have to explain why I'm depressed. And most importantly, I no longer have to lie about why I'm depressed or why I'm crying, because I know that if I explain my depression or how I'm really feeling, the people around me will just worry about me. A lot of the time, I don't want people around me to worry about me, and I also don't want people around me to be upset. Many people in our society may think depressed people or suicidal people are acting depressed to get attention or saying that they are suicidal to get attention. In some cases, this may be true. However, many of us who suffer from severe suicidal depression do not want anyone to worry about us, and we don't want anyone to see us in our depressed state. The last thing we want to do is to draw attention to ourselves or let people know how we're really feeling. Sometimes we wish people would stop looking at us. Sometimes we wish people would stop trying to figure us out with their eyes. Sometimes we wish people would stop asking us what's wrong. Sometimes we just want to be left alone. Sometimes we cannot relate to the people around us because these people seem so much different than we are. That's very important, by the way. Because a lot of people in this society are like, oh, they're acting depressed to get attention, or they're acting suicidal to get attention. What I just said in the book, that speaks volumes. Because that's not always the case. Usually it's always not the case. Because people that are really deep in the darkness and the suicide and the depression, we just want no one to see us. Here we go. Sometimes we wish the people around us would all just disappear, or we feel like we do not even want to be in this world because the people around us seem so much different than we are. Sometimes we look around and we are frightened by people, and we are scared of people because of their eyes, the judgment in their eyes, the thoughts that are going on in their eyes about what they think about us, what they are saying to themselves about us, how they don't understand us or understand what we're going through. So we try to avoid people. We try to avoid their eyes. Number 6, but I'll leave that for another time. Buy the book, man. This book is really about depression, and I really wrote it for teenagers and YA people and people that are really depressed. It really is about depressed people because what happens is when you're depressed, it leads to isolation, and isolation leads to school shootings and mass shootings and things like that. But it all comes from this feeling of being hurt, trauma, not feeling like you're attached to anybody or connected to anybody, which leads you into deep depression, isolation, paranoia, and then you go out and you do terrible things to other people, such as school shootings, mass shootings, and this is what this book is about, so please buy it. It's $3. It's on Amazon. Click on books at the top of the page. And I'm not trying to sell my book. I don't want money. That's why it's $3. I made it $3 so people could afford it, like the average family, even like Title I districts. But please, just to educate yourself on what's happening, especially to this depressed population, people that may be going through things in your life, especially yourself. Thank you so much.